Hey guys, it's Keith, and I've got some news today. I have been not super recently informed because I took too long to make this video compared to when I plan on. But I got a job. I've been informed. Got an interview a few weeks ago. Then a week later, I got confirmed that they offered me the job. I accepted. Then we did the whole processing thing where they have to verify my transcripts and everything. So it's good. I have a starting date now. So I will be starting to work at the water board as a scientific aide on Monday. So obviously, being employed in a much more official capacity could change things around here. By the way, water board, just to clarify, that is the Regional Water Quality Control Board, as in like the people who control like the fact that your water is not full of cyanide and mercury and whatever the fuck. Like, it sounds like a weird jump because I'm a geologist, but it's actually, this is in my field basically. One of the biggest things they talk to you about when you're studying geology is, hey, you're probably gonna get a job in water or oil, and well, this is not oil, so it's water. Like there's a lot of, not as many jobs specifically about rocks. Well, I guess mining. That's really the three things: oil, water, and mining. And I got a job in water, and that's because when you don't have experience, that's pretty much your entry point spot is. Like, I'm serious, my entire graduating class works at the water board right now. All of them. Not the same location, but getting a scientific aid position is just a good starting spot to get some office experience and get into the field and finally expand their resume. So this is going to be big. So changes are going to come to this channel simply because changes are coming to my life. So I'm getting a job. It's supposed to be about like 30 hours a week, and I have to commute about an hour that way and back because it's not in my town, because nothing is in the town that I live in. So I'm going to be really busy with my job, and things will be chaotic, especially at first, because I need to adapt to changing life basically. Sometime in April, my plan is to move closer to where I'm going to be working actually, because I have a friend. You may if you watch Sad Games, you may know who Marty is. I'll be moving in with him because he rents out rooms in a relatively large house, and that'll put me right next to my job. And we'll see how that goes, because either it could make things easier for me because I'll be away from home and the annoying sleep schedules of the people that I live with right now, and I'll also no longer be dealing with the commute of going to where I'm working for my job, but because I'll be local instead. But there could also be annoying concessions that have to be made because I have roommates and stuff like that. So we'll see how the future of this channel works out in general. But anyway, oh, this is good for me, by the way. I can finally establish experience, which means people will actually look at my people will actually read my resume when I apply to other locations in the future after I'm here for a little while. But this is long distant future. This is an eternity away by the standards of time passing on the internet. But anyway, since things are going to be chaotic here, and my ability to record stuff is going to be all over the place, and there could easily be gaps here and there, and it's going to be harder to be super consistent, and who knows, I could be overreacting. Things could be totally the same from your guys' perspective, because I might be able to just barely cobble everything together and find the time for everything, even if it is a struggle. But since I fully expect chaos to some extent, I am going to embrace it, and this might be bad news for some of you, and I apologize if you're not happy to hear that, but I'm going to talk about the future of this channel. Right now, we have a very specific structure. I do 3 videos per day for 3 different games, one for Dragon Age Inquisition, one for Darkest Dungeon, one for Dying Light, and this has kind of been my model for a while now. I do like 3 games, and you get 1 video per day of each game, and you just do that consistently all the time. And it's good if you're following those specific games and want output of them every single day, which will be harder and harder for me to guarantee anyway. But it's bad if you, say, want me to return to any of those other games that are left hanging, or you want me to play the DLC that just came out for this other game, or you want me to start this game that just came out. Like, I'm totally... Like, I've been somewhat dissatisfied by the structure of my channel lately because it feels so restricting. I have to have these videos out every day, so from a scheduling standpoint, that means I'm constantly I can't, because I've tried before. I've tried doing 4 videos per day, and that's basically impossible for me. I can't handle that kind of video output per day. There's just a certain bandwidth to just how much time you have to record, how much time you need takes to render and upload. Like, there's just, I can't do more than 3 videos per day unless I make the videos way shorter or something. And so what's been on top of that, like today's a good example. Today I have 5 videos I'm looking at right now on my desktop. I have 2 episodes of Dragon Age Inquisition. It's a 2-parter of the non-canon episodes. Part 1 going up to, part 5 technically going up today. Part 6 going up tomorrow. I have 2 episodes of Dying Light on my desktop, and those are going up. And I have 1 episode of Darkest Dungeon going up, which is today's video, which that's probably already up. Yeah, it's public right now by the time I'm recording this, actually. And so my situation that's really restrictive and irritating here is that I feel like I can't just sit down and record whatever I feel like, because I don't have a big backlog, because I never do, because I just can't. I've tried so hard, but I just don't have the time to. I don't have those giant pockets of time oftentimes to record a ton of stuff and then be ahead of things. Oftentimes even when I do have a big pocket of time to record a bunch of stuff, like I recorded like 9 episodes of Dying Light like a week ago, or I guess that might have been 2 weeks ago. I recorded like 9 episodes of Dying Light back to back, but then that week was so chaotic and busy that it completely ate my backlog up, because I had no time to record more Dying Light for that entire span of time. So it's always a struggle. And the fact that I'm getting a job will make it more of a struggle, probably, especially at the beginning when I'm adjusting, because there's a good chance I'll be exhausted the first few days, just getting used to everything I'm dealing with, that I might not even want to record for a few days, and so things could, who knows what happens with the schedule there. But basically, like, in the exact situation I just gave you, the idea of, like, alright, I have 2 episodes of Dragon Age Inquisition on my desktop, 2 of Dying Light, 1 of Darkest Dungeon. What that means, which is really restricting, is that I have 1 episode of each for today, but I only have an episode of Dying Light and Dragon Age tomorrow. And that means that no matter what, today's recording session has to be Darkest Dungeon, because I have to get a video up for tomorrow. And it's kind of a struggle sometimes to deal with the fact that, like, nope, that's the game you have to play. There are no exceptions, and we have to keep this consistent. And it's not that anyone has mandated that I do this, although there are a handful of people that are like, more of this every day, 2 videos of this every day, and I'm like, I can't, I'm sorry, this is not realistic demands on what I can do. I'm getting dissatisfied with that structure of running the channel, because it's good to be consistent, and I do this as a reaction to Sad Games, which is my other channel, which is chaos, and it's always been chaos. We just kind of record whatever, and we've never been super organized about it, and we kind of like it that way. But when I knew that I was doing big RPGs and big long games and stuff like that, I knew I needed to be more structured than that. And I think I may have overreacted by becoming overly structured. Like, no, this game gets a video every single day, no exceptions. That's how we run this channel, and that's getting really rough on me. And I think, that's obviously I wouldn't be talking about this if I wasn't changing things. So to be clear, I'm going to go closer to the older way of doing things, where I'm gonna record whatever I feel like and get a bunch of videos out, and I'm not dumping any games, don't worry. I am committed to finishing all the games I currently have running, because I don't like the idea of dumping games and not finishing them unless I turn out to hate the game, or literally nobody's watching them, because at some point I can't justify doing a bunch of work if no one's watching the videos at all. But all the videos I'm doing, all the games I'm doing right now, people are watching. But I look at the output right now, like, daily episode of Dragon Age, I'll probably stick to daily episodes of Dragon Age. It's like I kind of see it as like the tentpole channel of the tentpole video of the channel, and so I'm gonna keep daily videos of that going out. Partly because it's also the game I'm closest to finishing at this point. I have to do 1 final zone, and then like a final couple story missions, and then the series is over. And so I'd like to wrap that up, because it'd feel like a great accomplishment for me. Right now I'm looking at, like, I have 113 main story episodes and 6 episodes of non-canon, including the 2 that are going up today and tomorrow. So that's already 119 episodes overall, and it's probably going to take me another 20 to finish the game, because I have to do an entire zone and some story missions, so that's like 140 episodes, which is mind-blowing to me. My longest series up to this point, I think, was Dark Souls 2, which without DLC was only 63 episodes, which is like, I've already pretty much doubled that with Dragon Age Inquisition. The DLC, of course, made it longer. It ended up being like a 100-episode series, but even that was different, because like the third DLC had episodes that were like 12 minutes long and stuff like that, where Dragon Age Inquisition has like 40-minute episodes, so the timescale's bafflingly different at that point. But what this change in schedule means is that Darkest Dungeon and Dying Light, while they will still be around, they'll be consistently around, and I will be finishing them up. I'm not going to dump them or anything, but they might not have a video every single day. Part of this is justified by the fact that they get way less views than Dragon Age, like half or less, basically. And I think part of that is that, like, you guys have to appreciate the fact that, or you don't have to appreciate anything. You could always say fuck this shit and just unsubscribe and not have any patience for anything I do. But those of you who watch every single video every day of a given series that you're watching, like if you're really into Dying Light or you're really into Darkest Dungeon or whatever, and you're watching every episode every day, you're kind of the minority, actually. Like I've noticed that if I get a Dragon Age Inquisition episode up late for a given day, and then the next and then the next one goes up according to schedule, that meaning that Dragon Age episode is the newest episode for a shorter amount of time than normal, that episode actually gets less views in the long run, which means that there's people who just go to my channel and watch the newest thing in a given series and not necessarily keep track of exactly where they left off, which is, you know, I can't appreciate that necessarily, because that's not how I use YouTube at all, but it seems to be how a lot of people do this, is they watch the newest episode in whatever series they're following whenever they have a chance, and they just skip episodes at a time. So that's very consistent. Every time a Dragon Age episode is late, which is common because it's hard to produce that series, kind of, that video will get less views, and the next video, because people will just skip to the new one when it comes out, which is weird. And so what that means kind of is that having an episode every single day of every single show is a little bit detrimental, and it's showing because the views are declining over time in Darkest Dungeon and Dying Light, and I think it's because there's a stagnation here. If you're not currently super into the shows I'm watching right now, that's all you have. That's your only options. There's no variety right now, and I feel paralyzed by that. There's only Darkest Dungeon, Dying Light, Dragon Age every day, and they're all long games. I don't have none of them are short games like this. None of these are like a Path to Thalamus that's going to be over in 8 episodes, or a Life is Strange is going to be over in 6. So there's no burst. There's no little burst of energy from a short-lived series that comes and goes. And so I want to mix more things in here. So like I look at my backlog, I have Gravity Ghost, I have Dragon Age Origins, I have Drakengard 3, Dark Souls 2 New Game Plus. Like I have 4 shows that are already in progress that are incomplete, and I would like to be able to go back to those. So I'd like to start mixing them into my schedule. And also, like, Shadow of Mordor just got a DLC, a second DLC. I think it's the last story DLC. You go back as the elven character that possesses the main character, and I think you're actually like doing like prequel storylines, like when he was back to being him, like without being the ranger character. And then people want me to start playing Hand of Fate and Apotheon, and like I'd like to be able to mix all these shows in, not all of them at once. That'd be nuts. That's the thing, is I have to be careful about what I'm doing here. I'm not going to be completely ridiculous about this. I'm talking about, like, right now I'm thinking more in terms of, like, we'll probably be, like, Dying Light and Darkest Dungeon one day, 2 other shows the other day, and the 2 alternate maybe, and so we have more variety that way. But here's the thing, like, I am getting a job, as I've said before, and that's the biggest concern for me, is that that job will take priority because it's an actual obligation that pays me and is important to my future, whereas this is a kind of a hobby that I make a tiny amount of money for, and I kind of do for fun, and I do it for you guys too, but yeah, it has to be, it can't be my priority in life. So because things are chaotic, my video output could just be all over the place. And I think an important thing, and this is a big deal, guys, is if I'm working a lot and I'm tired and stressed perhaps, I think the last thing I should do is feel obligation, like I have to do this. And a good way of avoiding that, I think, is avoiding that feeling of like, oh, Darkest Dungeon is the game that I don't have a video for tomorrow, so I am contractually obligated. Not actually, but you know what I mean. I absolutely have to play Darkest Dungeon right now for tomorrow's video. No exception. It's like the obligations, the feeling of obligation is good for being consistent and having an unbroken chain and not letting stuff fall by the wayside, but it could be detrimental to my overall mood, and it could affect my commentary. It could make my videos less good over time if I'm stressed out and now I can't even play the game I want to play. Like it'd be good if I get home from work and I'm like, all right, well, this is the game that I think would feel good to play right now. Let's make some videos of that. And maybe a game falls by the wayside for a few days, or maybe this game gets a burst of activity even though people don't want to watch it that bad, or I don't know. It's my channel at some point, so I guess I'll just do what I want. But I wanted to explain to you the feeling and the thought process behind this, because yeah, things are going to be less consistent inescapably because I'm getting a job and my life is changing, and I'm just going to explain how that's going to manifest in both unintentional and intentional ways, where just basically two things I want to get ahead is that just to inform you guys, like, if we have a day where I have no videos, like that's happened in the past and it's just because life's chaotic, but now when it happens, like, yeah, it's probably because I'm too busy, and that's just going to be what happens. I might reduce the number of videos per day to 2 or something like that if I find that 3 is unobtainable. That's not an immediate risk. Right now I'm sticking to the idea of 3 videos per day, and I'm hoping to record a bunch of stuff this weekend to help pad out my how busy I might be trying to adjust in the first week. But if I go for a while and I find I keep missing days because I can't stick to 3 videos per day, then I will reduce video output to 2 videos per day, with the purpose being that that'll give me it'll be much more possible to get a little bit of a backlog, which means I could stick to at least daily videos. Because I think if I can choose between having daily videos or more videos in a given day, I'm gonna go with daily videos, because having new stuff all the time is just, it's good. I mean, everyone expects new videos. The moment I skip a day, like, I used to do 1 video per day, and the moment I would miss a day, someone was like, "Where's today's video? I need a video." And then I do 3 videos per day, and the moment I miss a video, it's like, "Where's today's video? We need a video." I'm like, I'm making 3 times as many as I used to. What's going on? Like, people always want to watch the newest video, no matter what your output is. I'm rambling in circles by this way. Let's do a quick Cliff Notes recap. I got a job. Starts Monday. Life is stressful and chaotic and time-consuming, and I enjoy Let's Playing, but Let's Playing is incredibly time-consuming, because if I put out 90 minutes of video per day, that's about 2 hours of, that's 2 to 3 hours of rendering on top of your 90 minutes of recording, and then an ungodly amount of uploading overnight, but that's overnight at least. But like, as you can tell, like, at some point, just the sheer number of hours that go into making the videos I make per day, at some point you're like, we have a 24-hour clock, like, you can't, it'll loop into itself at some point and become literally like an Ouroboros that eats its own tail. Like, changes are going to be happening to this channel, both because I want to have more fun with it, and I think a chunk of the viewers will have more fun with the variety too. And I see a lot of channels that benefit from having variety on them, that where I think I'm stagnating a bit, having only 3 games per day, and that's every single day. So, yeah, new job, life is chaotic, changes to the channel. Hope you guys have the patience for it, and hope you guys enjoy the changes, and hope that you can, even if they don't sound immediately good to you, that you can learn to embrace them. But otherwise, yeah, that's how it's going to go, and I'll try to keep you guys updated as things change and as situations change, because this is a new experience for me, and I don't fully know what the impact's going to be, and we'll just see how it goes. In the background of this video, you're watching Diablo 3, which is on the Sad Games channel. So if you want to check out my other channel, the Sad Games, we're doing a 4-player local co-op series on Diablo 3. Is it Lord of Destruction? No, Lord of Destruction is the expansion to the Reaper of Souls. Reaper of Souls is the expansion for Diablo 3. We're doing it on the PlayStation 4, and what's great about this is that it's local co-op, and that's no minor change. You've all probably played Diablo 3 before, but playing it online, like, you're in a world with other people, sure, but like, it's so easy to wander off from each other and just be all over the place, and it's just a different experience. But playing it local co-op on a console is like playing the classic Gauntlet games, or Baldur's Gate Dark Legacy, and other like top-down multiplayer action fantasy games where you all share a screen, because you're actually working together and traveling as a group. And the energy's better, it's a better experience, it's so much fucking fun. We're having a great time with it, and I'm hoping that we'll do a full playthrough of the, at least one full playthrough of the game's campaign. We've got a few recording sessions done, 2 episodes are up as of this moment. I think a 3rd one's going up today, this episode's going up that I'm talking to you in right now. Please check that out. I figured I'd recommend it because we do all sorts of stuff on sad games, but this one specifically is a Western-style, like, fantasy RPG game, which is kind of the type of stuff you'd expect me to play on this channel, but it's in the context of a sad games video, so that's mixed feelings. Some of you like that, some of you don't, but if you're into the idea, check it out. Thanks for watching, like always. I really do appreciate that you guys watch and comment, and I love the fact that I have like a growing little community, which is being celebrated in my Darkest Dungeon series, where I name characters after you, the commenters. Not very many characters are dying in that series, so it's been harder to name new characters after people, but because I'm being a little cautious, I guess. Probably because I'm trying not to get my commenters killed. But thanks for watching, like always. I appreciate that this feels like a community, because it's hard. Like, a lot of people my size or even bigger have trouble getting people to even just talk in the comments without being like terrible people. So I feel way more supported when I'm getting comments and stuff, because it's like, oh, there's actually, like, now it's real. People are watching the videos. Because analytics are a terrible way to understand that your audience. You're like, oh, cool, that video got 30 views and it got 2 likes, and I'm always looking at, like, why does Dragon Age get like 2 to 3 times the views, but like a tiny fraction of the likes? Like, everyone's really, it's like I must have a really small group of people that are really enthusiastic about Darkest Dungeon. I guess those are the people that I named characters after. And you look at analytics are depressing, so I now try not to look at them, because it's like, oh yeah, look at this 40-minute video you made. Everyone stopped watching after 10 minutes. I'm like, no, I don't want to know that. I need to just keep making the videos and just love them. Another alternative, I just thought about this just now, but I've thought about it in the past, but I just realized I haven't talked about it. I talked earlier about reducing video count from 3 to 2. It's also possible I might just embrace shorter videos. I'm going to continue doing 1 run per episode in Darkest Dungeon, and Dragon Age probably won't change in duration. But you may have noticed that a lot of Dying Light videos are closer to my old video length of about 20-25 minutes. A lot of the other games I record might also embrace that episode structure, and if I record enough episodes of stuff at that structure, I might actually have a safe backlog for once, because, man, the sheer video length of Darkest Dungeon and Dragon Age Inquisition, like, I love recording those games, but it's so hard to keep up with making, like a 40-minute video every day. That's, just the time commitment is difficult, just because you're like, alright, I have a 3-hour window to record. And like every single day has to be 3 videos to keep, otherwise you're having a net loss. I'm like, oh, I got 2 videos out of that time. Oh, okay. Well, I'll just make it up tomorrow by making 4 videos. Oh, I only made 3? Maybe 4 videos tomorrow. Oh, I only made 2 videos tomorrow. Now I have to make 5 videos to catch. Like, it can be brutal just trying to find time for it all. I'm rambling. I'm just gonna cut this off, because every time I vlog, I'm like, alright, I'm just talking in circles now, but hope you guys like the changes or learn to like them. Hope I don't piss anybody off too bad, but I just be assured that I do not plan on abandoning any of the games you guys are currently watching. They will be completed at some point in the future, unless something makes it impossible for me to let's play altogether, which would be awful and also difficult to control. Link in the description for the Diablo series if you want to check that out. I encourage it. And hey, if you guys ever feel like you don't get enough videos from this channel, yeah, Sad Games is there also providing videos. Like, all this time I've been doing 3 videos per day on this channel, I've also been doing 2 videos per day on Sad Games, so like, that's 5 videos per day. The output is fucking nuts. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks like always. Oh, 1,900 subscribers, by the way. Thanks for that. We're getting close to 2,000, which is going to be double the number of subscribers I got when I first did my first sort of talk to the audience video like this, where I was like, oh man, 1,000 subs, this is crazy. We're about to double that. How nuts is that? That was like a few months ago. I think that was like right before Dragon Age or something. So thanks guys, like always, and I'll see you next time. Oh my god. The gold.
Of the leech.
I just saw the gold.
Oh,
You have 2 billion gold. So we
Okay.
never have to visit a store.
Okay, funny story about that. So, I was playing on a live stream.
Did someone just send you a million, like, tons of
Anybody
gold?
else have any inventory? Oh, I was playing on a live stream.
Wait, what was that? That's new for me.
The Paragon.
Oh,
That's Paragon.
okay. That's not. That
Yeah.
doesn't matter until we hit like level 60 or something, right?
70.
Or-
I was playing on a live stream and with a bunch of other people, and a viewer that was watching was like, "Hey, can I play with you guys? I can get you guys a Paragon 300." And I was like,
Whoa.
Nah, we don't really need
1.6
to-
million already.
"We don't really need to get to Paragon 300. It's not that big a deal." But I was like, "Next time we stream, you can play with us." And so we were streaming again. He jumped on, played with us for a little bit, and he was like, "Oh, thanks."
Why don't I have 1.6 million?
He was like, "Thanks for
Why is Billy at 1.6
because
million?
he's
gold?
playing as another account that has
Oh.
money already."
Okay.
So he was
I was
like-
what?
Yeah, so he was like, "Thanks for letting me play with you guys. Whatever. Here's some compensation." He
What is
sent
that,
me
health?
$3 billion,
Oh, gold pickup.
like 3 billion gold.
Yeah.
And so I felt bad because he didn't send 3 billion gold to the other players, the other 2 people we were playing with. He just only sent it to me.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, everybody can have $1 billion. I think I was like, I felt like I was the richest guy. I was like, I guess I can part with 3 billion.
You give
or
him
2
like
billion.
100,000.
At first, I did just give each of them 500,000. I was like, "Here you guys go. Thanks for playing." It's like 500,000. How much did you get? I was like, not that much." And, so they went on and like watched the live stream. Like, "You have 3 billion. Fuck that shit. Give me fucking more." And I was like, "Oh no, this must be what rich feels like when they know." But
This
like,
must be what rich feels like.
This is why Forbes is a terrible magazine. As soon as they tell you how much net worth they have, it's like, oh god.